Hello, YouTube. I'm sorry if you've been feeling neglected. Most of my content goes on to Instagram. See, look, I don't even know where the camera is. Look at my eyes, looking up there. Why am I looking up there? Because it's where my camera is, but there's where my camera is. So, I gotta fix that. On Instagram TV, I've got it down. I'm on like episode almost 80. And that wasn't even during quarantine. That was before quarantine. Now quarantine's just been like, you know, picking up on more stuff. I had a story the other day, yesterday. It's probably still up. Where like, I think the thing with content for me is that I do something and it has steps, and then I'll do the one step and I'll take pictures of it and I'll be like, I can show people how to do this. I do this really easily. I have the idea to do it. It's a problem. I fixed it. Here's the fix to this problem, right? And so I have all the best intentions, right, to document this whole thing and be able to put it into an article with pictures, the pictures I've taken, and the article's a little bit about it, and translate it into written word and put it somewhere. And then, but I want it, that's too much. I can do that later, right? I can do that when I'm sitting on the computer somewhere. Right now, I'm fixing a problem. So how do I keep people there? And then I was like, not even keep people there, but like, I don't know, there's content constantly. It's like a content world. Want me to prove it? Ready? I'm gonna talk to you for the next 14 minutes about just this side of my wall, just this wall in my office. Oh man, now we're in my office. Here's a whole nother thought. How far do we go back out? Guys, YouTube, man, I'm sorry. See, the problem is exactly what I'm showing. Let's see, let's turn it around and see if this helps. Because the camera's here, right? So I don't want to be looking, I could be looking like I'm looking off the camera. You're just kind of like a friend talking. I'll just hold you an arm's length away. I'm sorry, that's not 6 feet yet. Oh look, my dog's awake. Hey buddy. He's been depressed lately, so I think we're gonna go for a walk, like off the property. Cause like quarantine for one thing is for me, but like, do you realize that my dog that is now so aware of his box that he's in, that he thinks out here is inside. Well, me too, right? I spend all day outside. Like it's 8 in the morning right now. And I went to go film the video for my Instagram, right? Because I film for Instagram every morning. You guys are lucky. You guys are like missing out, right? It's put that plant together. It's got grass, and I built this. It is called Redneck Ring Toss. I make them custom. Boop, boop. It's got games. It's got rules. It will teach your kid how to be a legend in high school or college. If you can just sunk. You're learning how to play beer pong and you don't even know it. It's the same toss, right? Here's the ring. You gotta toss it like this. It's that arc that you're learning. Boop, right over there. So it's like beginners, what's it called? So Redneck Ring Toss, right? It's an entire culture that I've now created, where this is your deck. You build your deck custom. It's open source. I don't wanna mass produce these. Like, I'll make you one, that's fine. I've got bottles, man. Like, I'll make you one, but the cool part about it is having 6 bottles inside that you care about or look cool. Like, for me, it's the branding right now. If you come down here, I got this one. I thought that looked cool, right? It goes with this one, you know, all the colors are the same. I kind of added some red. I would get rid of this one if I could, because it's a little orange. Or this is red. But some of the rules for the deck, okay? So if you're gonna build your own deck, this is how you do it. You need to have 6 bottles, like the cups on Pong, right? I mean, there's just 6 bottles. 3, 2, 1. one of your bottles needs to be what's called a groom. It needs to be different, noticeably different than the other 5, right? So all of mine have red caps, right? All of yours could be like, you could be an asshole and they could be all wine bottles except one that's a liquor bottle, right? Whatever. So one has to be the groom. Where that name came from is like when you're in the groom's party and you're the groom, all your guys are like the same. They're awesome. Boom, there's their uniform. It's got, oh, yeah. But you have like a vest on or like something special that like when there's pictures taken and they're shown to like other people, it's obvious which one is you, right? Which one's the groom, because y'all look the same, right? So groom, you stand out in a little way, right? So mine has this Smithworks American-made vodka. Doesn't this look very similar to this? You know, I think these go together better. The back row goes together better. I would get rid of these, but not get rid of them. I would just put them in different sets. Anyway, stolen. Isn't that a cool looking set? Yeah. So there's this one, right? So it kind of like matches the color scheme of the rest of. So now it's also a talking point. It's also blah blah. Did I tell you that I created this game? This is my shit. See, I like this. Am I upside down? Because the letters are, it says 6 upside down. But I like it better with the camera on the right than on the left. YouTube. Okay, so game 1, blah, blah, blah. I'll take pictures of these and I'll put them on Instagram. And if you are on YouTube right now and you're like, hey, yeah, I'm a YouTuber, and I remember this guy from way back when he used to do YouTube. And it's good to see him. What else is he doing? My Instagram it's got a new name. It's not my name anymore. So if you find me, then you find me. If not, you don't really, who cares, right? So, Redneck Ring Toss. You got a groom, and you also have a, I want to call him a hook. This is a measurement of how insecure you are, right? So, not really. This is just a measurement and testament to your badassness. Ready? So, this is your deck. You're building it. This is my deck. You can build your own deck. Perfectly fine. I will lay out the plans for you. It's just like you set up. Actually, there's no measurements. You set up the bottles that you want. It just has to be like this, right? So, if you wanted to play with kids and like get your aim better, or like just a beginner's level thing, you could do like handles of Fireball, right? Because those are big and you've got some space. Oh my God, imagine if you go to the carnival and they got that ring toss thing and you're just like, nailed it. Because ring toss is something that you just do, like you put it here. And then sometimes when I'm stressed out, I'll just take all the rings and I'll stand over there and I'll throw a couple. Like, you don't have to play a competition all the time, right? So it's like it's just so much, right? Because these bottles are either they look badass or they're important to you. So like, if you are a couple that made one together, and this bottle's from your first time you opened a bottle of wine when you bought a house, or like found out you were having a baby or something like that, right? You have like this special wine. And so, or like the alcohol you got on a trip, like you went to your first distillery and you bought your first handle to bring home with you, even though it was like $45 because it's special Bullet vodka, or like not Bullet. Well, I posted about Bullet. It was really good. I like rye. This is with Kentucky straight bourbon, but I posted about Bullet, and a lot of people in my like left-wing LGBT circle were like, they fired their sister when she came out as gay, and so they're really homophobic, so don't buy from them. And I was like, fuck, okay. So I haven't bought any on purpose since. I haven't said no to it when it's been offered to me, though. So there's the thing. I don't know. Anyway, game one is just like darts. You set it up in your house. You could have it at your bar. You could have it somewhere. You could have it out in your office somewhere. And then it becomes like darts. Like it's a thing. You get 6 rings. So when you're playing with someone else, you give them 3. And then there are different rules, right? For different games you want to play. Oh, it's called a hook. Yeah, I was right. So 6 bottles. 1 is a groom and 1 is a hook. So 1 is a groom, which means it looks different, and it's always in the back right here. It's got this V of guys around it. Boom, got it, right? Because some games you're playing to 50. Each of these are 5, right? And this is -10. Like, do not hit the groom. So you have to aim, right, to win. And then one of them is where it's the first 30, and each of these are 3, and this one is 5. So then you're aiming for this one specifically, like I'm trying to get better points. I'm gonna speed up by getting this one, because when you're aiming at it, you know, it's a pinpoint accuracy. So you practice by doing just getting the throw right, and then you do you pick which ring you want to do, right? By giving yourself more points for hitting the 5 than the 1, and then when the 1 is the target, if you're playing that game, so right, you can just be right at the beginning. You'd be like, we're gonna play Winston, or we're gonna play this. It's like a secret code game where all of it is like, if you're playing with someone new, don't be a jackass and don't like throw just let them throw it a couple times. Like talk and smoke a joint and throw some things, right? Just be cool about it the first couple times, because you don't want to put somebody up into a competition, like invite them over to your house, but then challenge them to a competition where you've been playing for forever. It's at your house. You've just been like sitting there getting to be a master, and then all of a sudden this noob comes in and you just like wipe him out. That's rude. It's called hustling. If it was at a bar and you pretended that you didn't know anything, it's called hustling. All right. So yeah, there's leagues for sure, but so I put this game together, and then I played it, and then I wrote down rules, and like I said, I'm gonna put pictures of this up on Instagram, and it's gonna be on my website too, because this is one of the things that, like, I'll make you one. Oh my god, my legs! If you want a starter kit, like I'll make you one. I'll send it to you. I have one of these lockers is full of bottle. Like this is one of my art projects that I made. Okay, right? This is one of my art projects that I made. These are all the same bottle of wine, and usually it's hung up. Like, I gotta sand it. I wanted to back up a little and take the labels off. Maybe, I don't know. I kind of like the labels. Check. I don't like that it says Red Blend though, so I might just like rip that out. But those are the $6 bottles of wine at Wegmans, right? So I made that, and I guess let me show you what it does. Yeah, quick. Look how many minutes we're talking already. Where did we start? You following the ADD? ADD speaks ADD, so I'm sure that you can be here with us, even though 5 seconds ago, 15 seconds ago. How long do you guys want to go? Instagram goes for 15 minutes, because that's all I can because I'll just record, but I record like this, which is why I like it, right? Look at the framing. Look at my eyes. They're perfectly in the center. It's like beautiful, right? And then you flip around here. What do you got? I can't hold you out far enough for my head not to be like the entire fucking thing, right? So now I gotta figure out a tripod and all this stuff. It's fine. Also, it'd be better if you were on my selfie stick, probably. This is what you're on right now, is the tripod that I just grabbed from over there. Because I was like, okay, how do I get you guys haven't even had a tour yet, and I'm showing you like ridiculous stuff. So if you really care, if you're like still watching this after 15 minutes, which means that you'll probably watch a video for 15 minutes, right? I feel like YouTube watches longer. Does it? I don't know. But I want to start talking to you guys too, right? Because it's like a different world over here in YouTube. It's landscape, not portrait, right? It's like a TV channel. And so I did stop YouTubing for a while. Let me just show you this so I'm not crouched down like this, and we'll get back to the thing. But I laced a Christmas light perfectly. It's really dirty. See, it's got this is why it's over here. This is my line of things I got to do, right? But I left a spot for each of the bottles, so it's laced perfectly. It looks more like art in the dark. Oh my god, it looks so beautiful in the dark, but it needs to be finished. I stopped doing it because I mistakenly showed somebody before it was done. And my idea and my vision of what it is later cannot be handed to somebody else. A visual cannot be like, here. I could try to translate into verbalization and be like, it's gonna be this, but people are only gonna see what it is, right? Anyway, I will make you a ring toss. This is my collection of things that would be cool in a ring toss thing. I'm really close to being able to make a Southern Tier. We've been picking up from them a lot. I really like their rye, and I suppose that the price point is right, because what happens for me is Virginia says, would you like more rye? And I say, yeah. So I'm spoiled in that way, and I appreciate you if you're watching. Right? So I've got Screwball is one of them that I was going to make. Like, if I made a new set, what would I make it out of, right? Let's see. Yo, I just got told I have 10% battery, so let me wrap this up. So, yeah, for Redneck Ring Toss, because this is what this has kind of turned into the most. And then wasn't I like, oh yeah, I thought I could just talk to you for 15 minutes about my wall. But my wall led me to wanting to bring you outside so that you could see that my entire, like, the beginning of where I've kind of polished this place is looking like an office that I want. Like, I'm making it into my office. And so I made this plant out of plants that I was getting rid of anyway. I was weeding them out, and they came up in clumps of their whole thing. And so I replanted it. It kind of looks like bamboo. It's just like a little poof. And I have all these things sitting back there that I can put them in, right? So you're at about 18. I'm gonna try to keep you around 25. So let me just show you what I was showing you. Were we back? I think we wrapped up ring toss. I can, if you're really interested and you're still watching, I can show you, I can give you the plans for it. It's open source. I would rather a culture be built with these, right? Because they're called Redneck Ring Toss. But I want you to know how, if you're in the culture, if you want to play in the league, like, right, and get the trophy, then there are rules. If you want to play real pool, you know, like when people are like, are we playing pool or are we playing bar pool? If you want to know how to play, if you want it as a game, I'll build you one. Like, I don't know how much that would be. Depends on how, like, elaborate you want it, right? If you just want, like, one with wine bottles, just, like, play with, whatever, ring toss, then I can make you one super easy. But if you want, like this one, I had, this wood is all from salvage from the inside of the house. And it's, like, you can't fake that, like, goodness. It's got little, like, marks on it, and then these are new, but these match that one, and this matches this, and this whole thing. And the bottom part, I, like, waterproofed it, right? And then I used a leftover Allen key and just drilled a hole and then put stuffed wood glue in there. or glue, I think, just some kind of glue in there, right? Because how many of these do you have in your junk drawer? Because they give you one every single time you have to put together something. So what are you gonna do with them? Just make a little hook, make some hooks, put some pictures up. Come on, close. Like, I don't know if it translates into YouTubeishism. Oh, hello, Instagram or YouTube. This is also my hat that I've been wearing a lot. But now that I've got my haircut how I kind of want it, it's growing out into this like this thing that I've changed my hair a little. I think I might be cutting this down a little, because right now it kind of looks like right. So when I go like this, it looks good. I just like to pull on it and play with it. So, but clean, just maybe a little less facial hair is good for the summer, because it gets itchy. That's bad. I don't like it. What am I doing? Okay, 4 minutes. I made this too. Yep. This is a candle holder from Goodwill for $1, but it's got little bears and little trees on it, and I like it. I'll put it here, and it's my ashtray, and that is a praying mantis baby. Oh, were you hiding under there? Sorry. Yeah, I try to keep things still and then don't move them, because little things, I don't know, little things have tiny little perspectives. So they I try to make it so that they have homes that aren't in my way. So then, because on this property, which we'll take a tour of another time, this is kind of my intro to YouTube, because I'm going to take this video and make it 25 minutes long. Can your ADD handle 25 minutes? Because I don't know where mine is. Mine's somewhere. My ADD has been all over, and this has been like kind of taking you on a ride here. I will promise that the videos that I take with these guys, which are my camera, I have a camera right here, so that'll be YouTube content. But I'll fasten, I'll be like, a day in the life, and then I'll put it on, and then I'll just do an entire day, and then I'll shorten the day to like 25 minutes, and you can see everything that I do in a day. Those will be for YouTube. So I'm worried that I'm worried that I'm upside down, like, you know, like, right? Because the timer for the video is upside down, and I did turn my video around, so I'm not sure if it'll do that, but I'm not sure if it'll flip around. Anyway, my Instagram is the Redneck Genius with periods between each word, if you want to find me. And I am slowing down because I don't know how to end a video on YouTube right now. I know we talked about ring toss, so that's the thing. We're talking about branding. I just made this wreath, also things that I'm making, right? Because it's a different world right now. You gotta figure out what are you useful, you know? I think that a lot of people are decorating their house right now. I think a lot of people are in their house longer than they have been, and they're like, oh, I kind of want to like make it nice and pretty and stuff. So, and then like, I don't know, I work with branding. I'm branding. This is my brand. Like, this is my stick that I walk around the property with. It's called Crane Smith Homestead, because my family name is Crane, so I want to keep it. And then Virginia's a Smith, and it's great because the house is the Smith house, like it's known as that. I hope that whatever was here before, like all the feelings of this house are gone, you know? Because like sometimes if it stays the same thing, then people think that we're the swearsmiths. Like whatever like bad will anyone had toward these people, I don't know, I didn't meet them. I only met the one that had moved to Boston and then came back, and then I heard things, and then there's crayons all over the wall, and looks like the exorcism was performed in the in the one room. Like it's rough. So I wouldn't have, if I had rented to them and it was what it is now, and then they gave it to me with what it was, even though it's like a construction zone in some places, I would not have given them my security deposit back. But I feel like, yeah, no, that's what it is. Here's my kitty. I'll tell you the story of Hank someday too. We give you a tour of Hank. That was just a little baby tour of like some stuff. Just like my office, which is, you know, this open door. That open door is the garage. It's where my tools and stuff are like go over there. Super baby quick tour. Yeah, sure. Oh no, that's 25 minutes. If you want a tour, subscribe to my YouTube.